What's up, everyone? Hello, hello, hello. Japers, there's people here already. Oh, 3 minutes late. Sorry. How's it, Nathan? If you're still here. Dippy's here, Declan's here, Ryan's here. What's up? What's up? I like that. Let's see if we can get that. Uh, Brett, yo, in with the big questions already. How's it, everyone? Brett, you might need to redo those but I'll come to it now. I just want to say hello. Get settled, get welcomed. Happy Friday. Cheers, everyone. Dippy, where have you been? I've been shaved for 3 weeks now. How's it, Heinrich? I mean, you saw me recently. I'm sure I was. The big beard was long gone. Although maybe I haven't shaved before a stream before in a while. Maybe that's it. How's it, Ryan? Welcome, everyone. Yo, 13 people already, 16 likes. I like it. Don't always pay attention. Fair enough. Malcolm, what's up? Welcome. How are we all doing? Happy Friday. Still in lockdown. Nothing's changed. Declan, I'm very well. Hope you're too flashing. How's it? Strix 10. Gareth, do you still think there'll be a cat on 7s in December? Oh, yes, maybe, but oh shit, I don't know. Maybe, but definitely no crowd. Did I research the Moore Cup, Gareth? No, I haven't yet. I've had a week from madness. Still working, and it's just been busy. How's South Africa? South Africa is good. We was expecting this one tomorrow. Nah, tomorrow I want to take a Saturday off for a change. I've been, I think, how many weeks now? A good every week of Saturdays. So I thought I'm back on radio next week, Friday, officially. So I thought let me do one more Friday, and then like a dope. Yeah, it's not too bad. Actually, it is bloody nice. Um, so yeah, I thought I'd get onto one today. We'll see how I feel tomorrow, but I doubt it. I want to take a Saturday, Sunday off. Might do a Sunday morning stream for our New Zealand friends. Yo, there's a lot of people so quickly. I mean, never have we started this fast. Maybe because I did it before. What's my full-time job? I'm a digital marketing specialist for a retail company in South Africa called Volpies. Um, yeah, and it's online, so it's busy. Let's go. How's it, bud? Um, Kelly, AG, do you think the Proteas would have stood? Would have. Let's talk as it could happen. Would have stand a chance to the T20 World Cup. I don't know about if they would get a chance. I think they'll get past the group stage. It's hard to choose because there's so much going on. So yeah, hopefully Heinrich and G Man, good to hear from you guys. I hope you guys are doing well. We are good. Yeah, for those who missed it, go check it out in the archives of my videos. Heinrich joined us for first stream with having another guest on. I think Heinrich, no, sorry, Rob. Rob holds the title to that. Heinrich was second. We thought we were talking so much in the chat and he was taking it over. So I thought, let's have you on. And it was lucky to interact with him face to face instead of reading chat. So that was quite nice. Hopefully we'll do that again sometime soon, but prepare for it instead of throwing him a curveball last minute in 5 minutes. Say, are you ready? Let's do this. Jackie's going to be through Facebook to get your details for Scotland and Glasgow shirts. Oh, personal message. Cool. I don't have your Facebook or Twitter, etc. Cool. Yeah, do it. Just send me a message or something. Either comment on one of my videos or send me um, something on Facebook just so I know because I get so many requests and I don't. The personal one I will always accept for guys like you who interact with me, but I don't accept everyone, and I don't always know who's who because, for example, Flash and might have a full-on name. Let's Go will have a full-on name. Whereas Heinrich Janssen van Rensburg, Andre Dupria. You guys, I know Joe Manning. Kelly, I know I follow on, I think it's Instagram. So, yeah, just to keep it. In these quarantine days, I can't tell the difference between 3 days and 3 weeks. My friend, I can relate to that. And you know what the scary thing is with this whole quarantine and all this stuff is the days go freaking fast. I mean, I'm working from home, and it's just the days and the weeks are going by so far. I mean, we're almost at the end of May. We've been in lockdown for, is it 2 months? No, nearly 2 months. I mean, is it? Yeah, no, it's nearly. It's mental, man. How everything's happening and changing. Do you think Ireland will ever win the Rugby World Cup? Yes, I do. I do think one day they just need to get over that choking phase. It's the same with the Proteas. Do I think they'll ever win the World Cup? Yes, I do. It's just right time, right moments, and they'll need to get there eventually. So yeah, I do. I love Ireland. I hope they do. I honestly thought 2018. I thought it was going to be Ireland All Blacks final. No kidding. When Ireland dominated, I would have vouched for them. Look at old Ryan. He's working for the title of being a moderator, yeah, and so far he's doing a damn good job. When do you think the postponed summer games will be? I don't see a space. I don't know. It's going to be tough. I think I don't know if they will. Yuri, what's up, buddy? Cheers. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to say. International sports is going to be interesting to see how long they're going to come back. But yeah, can't believe South Africa are reopening schools. Yeah, everyone's mixed emotions on that. I don't want to get into the politics of what or what shouldn't us. I feel we should be reducing a bit more. Okay, schools I agree with. But yeah, let's not get into the politics of this type of stuff because this depresses everyone. Do you think Fiji will ever make it to a semi final? Yeah, Nathan, I do. I strongly believe that. I think, how's it, Blizzard? Welcome. I think if we see them get introduced into more international rugby games, Fiji will be a threat. Guaranteed. Look at Japan. If you'd asked me this 2 years ago, or a year ago even, I would have said Fiji ahead of Japan. Look what Japan did. Malcolm, has anyone else had anxiety issues during this? I was struggling a while or so. Mm, yeah, big time. Okay, I I have my days, I must say, when I just switch off stress and all that. But these things keep me going. I try and keep busy. So if it's not work, it's YouTube. So I don't think about possible retrenchments, possible I'm gonna want salary cuts, all the shit that's going on. I try and focus on the positives, but it's not always that easy in these type of situations. But yeah, just as I got home, the notification came on my phone. Now I just thought, Saturday is also a very good TV night, and I always miss it. So I thought, for once, let me take a Saturday off, do the stream on Sunday, see how on Friday, sorry, see how Friday streams do. Because next week I'm back on radio, so it won't be as much activity on Fridays anymore. So I thought for the last one, let me enjoy it with you guys and then take a Saturday off. Because I also really want to try and do a Sunday stream in the morning for our friends in New Zealand because I keep missing them and they're all begging me to do it, and I just don't want to do it on a Saturday because I don't want to compete with. It's 2 cents his time, and either way he will whoop me. Everyone will be there, so I thought, let me try maybe a Sunday, and I can't do it in the week in the morning because I'm working, and if someone catches, I know there's a few people who are on here from work, and I know my boss watches. Don't know how, but these guys watch you. So if I get caught in the act, no thanks. Every day is a DSTV repeat day. My God, you can say that again. But Tuesdays are my best nights. The Chicago's, yes, I love them. Wednesdays picking up. Mondays were awesome. There was what was it called? Little Fires Everywhere. My new favorite series, bar none. I mean, I'm a Prison Break guy. I'm a Dallas guy. I'm a Chicago fan. But this Little Flies everywhere with Reese Witherspoon. Blocks him. It was good. Thanks, G, for saying I'm doing a good job. Trying my hardest. No, not to worry, but you'll get it. I need to figure out how to do it first. Hawaii 5. Oh, that's back. Yeah, good days. Someone left a comment all the way at the top there. I'm just going to read Brett's quickly because he started. Do either the North or Sanzar want us? Besides wanting our players, it seems there's always negativity from either side when it involves us. What do you see our future looking like? Okay, that's a good question. Is privatizing South African clubs, unions, building from within the strong Curry Cup, and keeping our huge glut of talent at home, or international comps, huge money spinners, even with private investment. Also, hi, sorry, that was rude. No, all good, Brett. Thank you for that. To answer your first question, do you think the North of Sands want us? I think yes, definitely. I think will host a value. Obviously, it's fans talking. I think they are 50-50 on whether or not they want us in, and rightly so. But I think the South want us more. I think we've just been a part of the history for that long. So definitely, what do I see the future looking like? I think we'll stay in the South for now. I don't think anything will happen um, anytime soon. So I think we will grow in Pro 14. We might send another stronger team, but I don't see us moving from the South. Second question, privatizing clubs, unions, investments. Yeah, that's a good topic that I like to talk about. I always think it's a hazard. ATT African YouTube. What's up, man? Um, I think it's a good. I'm always for investments. It allows us to spread our wings, do something different with something to do. Cool, man. Ryan, enjoy. No worries. Um, so yeah, I think we could. I think privatizing clubs would be a good thing, but we need to stay within world rugby so we can still do things. So I think it's a bit of both. So I think it's a smart move. Let's give Ryan a present when he comes back because Sham he's working hard and he's done well. So when he sees his name again, he'll have it unless he's still watching. What's your take on the young Aussie guys released by the Reds? Flesh, and I'm going to save that for tomorrow's video. I've did a video on that, but I'll briefly talk about it because the Aussies will watch it tomorrow. But I think it's shocking the fact that they have run away. LB, what's up? I did the stream earlier for you, as you suggested. I never think, man. I always say Saturdays, but scheduling it, people can then set reminders. So well done. But yeah, the Red story, I think it's a lot of drama there. They weren't accepting their pay cut, which I think is ridiculous. 147 of the teams and players that are participating in the Australian franchise accepted it. Now these eight didn't. So I think it's absolutely ridiculous and no work, no pay. Sorry, yeah, no work, no pay. They don't want to. They're on strike, so they've released them. Tough shit. If you're sitting in your workforce and you're not working, your boss is going to fire you, especially in these times, to to save on money. So I'm not. I think they're a bit silly. I'm not in support of it. I'm more in support of Rugby Australia, unless there's something I'm missing. Are they released without pay? No, they just terminated their contracts. I think they were like fired. So I don't think they're getting paid, but they are going to court, and apparently what they're looking at is going to cost them big money. So I think that my title is I think um, Rugby Australia hit with more costs or something like that. So not good times ahead for them. When do I think sport in South Africa will return? I think where are we now? May, June, July, August, September. Yeah, fair enough. But if they're not playing, depends on what discipline. Apparently, they've caused trouble before. So I don't know. Australia had full right to terminate the contracts because of those guys being stupid. I agree with you. Um, Malcolm, sorry, you said something else here. What Sons of Anarchy? Best box set, G man, absolutely class. I've heard of the Sons of Anarchy. I must have a look at it. Law and Order, nah, that's not my thing. Neither is Bones. Told my wife last week to watch one episode of last week this time. Catch up on how to do the oil business. Freaking excited to get tucked into that. Another reason why I'm taking tomorrow off so I can enjoy it. Friends on Netflix can never go wrong with Friends. My favorite comedy series. G-Man, does China own swats of South Africa like they do Australia? I feel my own country and the UK. I don't know, to be honest. China owns quite a bit. They have a bit in line, so yeah, I don't know enough, but they definitely have a few gripes over here. Prem football players have returned to training. I saw all that up here, and some of refusing to go, and that has stirred up the hornet's nest. Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of that where people are going to be up and down about this and to see how the things are going. Um, so yeah, I think everyone's got their own thoughts and opinions on this virus and how to approach it. So we'll just have to wait and see how we process it. How's my connection, guys? Because I've dropped quite drastically. I haven't got a message from Dippy yet saying or Yuri saying I've been cut off. Are you still hearing me or seeing me? I hope so, because I really want to start this again. Great to see Cheetah signing some good players indeed. Very good. Very good news. Advice disappeared a bit but came back. Okay, cool. Sorry, I don't know what happened there. Um, Loud and clear. Cool, cool. I see it's going up and down, so maybe it's just the network in South Africa again. Advice to any Premier League football: never join the army. Fair enough. Great. Yeah, so Premier League football is coming up soon, so it should be good. Your live streams on the ABC 123, all the Hurricanes, 10 Aussie dollars. Cheers, man, and welcome to the stream. Guess what time is it over there? Must be bloody early. But cheers, thank you for joining, and thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. Your live streams are the only ones that have bad connections for me from South Africa. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But if it cuts, I'm cool, no worries. I don't know what it is. 4 in the morning, yeah. Guess it's a bloody early morning on a Saturday. Crikey. But yeah, go the Hurricanes. I like the Hurricanes. But I'm going to go with the Blues this year, ABC. I think I'm curious to see how Barrett does with them. I think they're going to be an interesting squad and team to see how they play about. Is good, man. I felt they're close to doing something good for a bit. All right. I saw a picture on Ergis Snowman's Instagram account where he had shaved his face and cut the hair. He looked like a mix between Skulkberg and an old Franz Stein. I haven't seen that yet. I will definitely go check it out. Will I do regular live streams? Dave, I can't because I'm got a full-time job, so it doesn't always allow me the time. And we don't have a, what's it, uncapped. So it costs quite a bit to keep these going. So I use like dongles to keep it going because our internet's up and down. So yeah, I would drive everyone at 3:22 a.m. in the morning, just having a few good beers. Oh, okay, so you're still going. Fair enough. Brilliant. Um, so yeah, I want to do more lives, but yeah, these things they tend to cost. Where do you see Wales going under like long term? I think so. I think they'll want to keep a good long-term relationship in order to try and build what Warren Gatlin built. Heinrich's what? Either ABC has insomnia or wife kicked him because of snoring. Awake 4 in the morning. Now he's still partying, bro. He's still partying. 5:20 a.m. in New Zealand. Jeez, you guys are committed now. I definitely owe my friends in New Zealand a good on stream in South African morning time so we can have a good old chat. Place that's far too narrow for me. Sorry, I missed that one. Wait. Oh, Wales. Oh. Yeah, well, we'll see. They need to adapt. It's a whole new thing. But we'll see. Is New Zealand domestic rugby coming back on June 13? Yes, it is. Look at ABC. Another five. Go the All Blacks. You can post that all you like with those donations. Go the All Blacks. I love the All Blacks. That's good. Um, but yeah, thank you for joining from Australia and New Zealand. I do appreciate it, um, especially at this time on a Saturday. Credit to you, Oaks. What's the SA government saying about when the games can come back? LB, there's no official comment on how we're doing or when we're getting back. Honorary All Black G man, of course. Hey, if you're getting paid, you Aussie dollars. Freaking Heinrich, I think you'd say the same thing, just for show. No, all good. But I can't even spell that word, so I would have got it wrong too. So yeah, I think the government's in negotiations and talking on whether or not sport when it can come back. But I don't think anytime soon. I reckon August, September, um, earliest, maybe August, latest October, November. Um, See, we're in the very earliest stage of the spike. So where you guys are maybe kind of reducing overseas, we're getting higher and higher every day. So South Africa honorary. There's the word honor. It's a long word that. So we're getting higher. There's the death tolls are slowly increasing, but the amount of infections that get hit are freaking high at the moment. But it was expected. We haven't even done half the country of testing yet, so we've got a long way to go. So we'll wait and see what happens. It's good to see the world is slowly getting grip of the virus. Yeah, I think that. Oh, we need a cure though. If we don't get a cure, we're not going anywhere. Unfortunately, I'll put my best zoomer for that word on. That's a good one. That word they use it somewhere. Fair enough. Well then, Alvi, when it comes back, we need a shortened curry cup with the All Box playing. I'll second that. Second that. There was a news feed up here saying that it's not looking good in SA with COVID going on. It's we're still in the testing stage. We haven't even tested a lot of people. Like everyone's going at Cape Town and the Western Cape, but they've got more tests, more than anyone in this country. So yes, they're of course going to have a higher rate. So there's still a lot that needs to be done in order to see a final um, way of whether we or not we progressing. It's going to get worse. It's going to get higher, but that doesn't really affect the lockdown. I think the whole point of lockdown was to prevent that from it getting even worse than it is. So yeah, we all have our opinions on this, but it's hectic. New Zealand and ours are almost all inquiries after this. All this. Now New Zealand and Australia, especially New Zealand, have done extremely well. Um, Flipping well, actually. It's been awesome. The results that you guys are getting. My aunt and uncle live up there, and they're very chuffed with that. Barrett is going to make already good blues even better. That's what I'm excited to see. And the blues were looking good. Hopefully they can keep that up. If they can keep that up, it's going to be awesome. from the UK here, nearly 40k dead. That's terrifying, eh? That is terrifying. By the rate that SA is testing, it will take 10 years to test every. He, Heinrich is spot on. Can't argue with you there. It's just taking too much time. Ah, shit. I closed this thing too fast. G, what are your thoughts on how sport players in general around the world are going to adapt to getting back to the game? Do you think players may be rusty? I think they're all going to be rusty. I think from a fitness level they'll be good, but you can only be so fit. But to get contact back, it's going to be hard. Um, so I reckon, I predict we'll see a lot of injuries kicking off because of their bodies are going to be weak. Your bones are going to be fragile. I reckon we're going to see a lot of broken bones earlier in this tournament. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think that's why players are quite scared to come back. Have all the championship games been cancelled? When you say championship, are you referring to rugby championship? No, all postponed. Flipping hell, look at him do it again. ABC, man, I would like to short you a good beer. Go the Hurricanes. Cheers. Thank you, ABC. Yesterday. Bloody generous tonight. Thank you. Appreciate it, bud. And he's a member of the channel. Bloody legend. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see, but I don't think the championship will be cancelled. Nathan, do you think Barrett at the Blues? What? Do you think with Barrett at the Blues, do you think they'll beat the Crusaders? I think they'll give them a fight, but the Crusaders are the Crusaders. They're dominant. They're a strong team. I want to see Barrett against ABC's team, the Hurricanes. I want to see how he plays against his butt. I want to see Geordie versus Bowden. I think that's going to be a hell of a contest. And you've got Artie Xavier. Hurricanes have a damn good team too, so we've got to watch out for them. But I don't think the Crusaders are too strong. And like Heinrich has said, they're in a different class. And one player can't make it will definitely make it good, but yeah, at this rate, you short G man, a proper 12, yeah, proper 12 and change for a proper fake as well. Is that correct? Yeah, 20 Aussie dollars. What's 20? Yeah, you're right. I can now get a proper fake and a proper 12 when the freaking thing comes. So that will go well. And with YouTube, I'll get this only in June. So hopefully we will be buying booze by then. So cheers, ABC. I can finally get my proper 12 again. Actually, because it's not right every week, I can also. Oh man, that is nice. Barrett will finally be behind a losing pack, so let's see how good he really is. That's a very good point by LB. He's always been in a strong, dominant force. So yeah, that's a very good point. Almost $350. Frick, what a legend. Okay, takeaway. Google, YouTube takes so 350. I'll get 280 of that because they like to take a percentage. Was a ruse. They five was a ruse. Cheers, ABC, you legend. I've always rated Geordie higher than Bodie. Interesting, Nathan. I, both are brilliant. I like Geordie because he's a cricketer as well. So, but Bodie, I think he's a genius. Um, it's just his kicking that's weak. If he could kick, folks, they'll be good. There are you. I effing you. Yep, I know what you meant. The yeah, freaking effing you. Definitely. Cold beer. Cheers. We one thing we are allowed to do in South Africa but it's not the same. And if Dippy's still here, he will vouch for this, and Yuri. Um, but I know Dippy mocks me every time I do it. Is we've got now castle free, and I walked into their house one day for a braai. We were all together, and I came in with the castle light, the castle free, the castle, the normal, and then the castle green. I had different colors of all the castles, and the one he ripped me off the most was the free. It actually wasn't bad. They said shit. I think it's actually not bad, and put it with a little bit of this pineapple stuff. It's not bad either. So my dad got the castle free, castle green. You know, when they were doing the for the World Cup, man, the castle cans were green, so it's castle. It's normal castle, but it was just green cans. I came in with four different cans: the silver, the normal, and the green. So it was a green um, color can, but it was normal castle. Sorry, I said castle green. Can we talk about how bad rugby past team was? Yo, yeah, it was an interesting team, but I think what you must remember there is I think rugby pass has a very European based audience, very English too. I think they actually are English, if I'm not mistaken. Um, if that's low sugar, then it probably tastes like. I don't think it. Windhoek Light in South Africa tastes like piss. Excuse my French. My buddy Mario, the Italian, he drinks that stuff. He loves it. That tastes pure like that. But Castle Free is good. Um, but yeah, Rugby Pass's team was interesting, very English biased. I did a review on it. I was okay with it with certain players. I didn't agree with who was the Barrett. I wouldn't have put as fly off. I would have pulled Barrett as fullback, bring in Andre Pollard, probably maybe Faf de Klerk with Aaron or TJ. Um, can't remember the full-on team, but Semi was it Radradra from Fiji? He was in there. Was it? Yeah, it was an odd team, but the front row was strange. Although I was happy that Evan was there. Maratage I couldn't argue with. Dwayne Vermeulen, maybe. Uh, Mako Vanapola, I think a lot of people questioned. Tied for long, a lot of people questioned. As a Chester, yeah, Stewie Hogg, a lot of people questioned because of Scotland. So I think, or not because of Scotland, just because Hoggy wasn't, he had made quite a bit of mistakes in the Six Nations. And so, but if you rate them, Hogg's still good, but I wouldn't have had him in my team. But yeah, interesting squad. Okay, never saw that because I'm too poor to buy beer. Yeah, when was that? November. So it was my good YouTube days. It was when YouTube actually was lacquer. So I was stupid in those days. Rugby Pass had a dominant 12 and 13. Yeah, they did. The centers were also rubbish. We just said they're good, but you said they're rubbish. To be honest with you, I've forgotten. I'm saying, yeah, they are. Who were they again? Owen Farrell. It was Owen and Tuolagi. Yeah, Tuolagi. He was the other one I wouldn't have had in. Farrell, I would have selected. So sorry, Albie. I probably would have had him in. Just to have the dominant force of Andre Pollard, Owen, and Bowden. Who at 13, I probably would have gone for Jonathan Davies for Wales, just to bring some Welsh in. So that yeah, that was the one. Also, I didn't full on agree with. Wasn't a great team in rugby pass. It would be hard to find a team to beat that one. Yeah, I think it's selecting a world team is probably one of the hardest things we can do. I honestly, and I'll say this quite forward too, I hate selecting team videos. So when you get the championship team of the tournament, Six Nations team of the tournament, World Springbok, I hate it because yes, then people get so bloody rude in the comment section. So it was nice to review it another person's video and go at it because and 2 Cents said the same thing to me when we were in communication before our Principality Stadium's hospital right now. So is our one, Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium too. Um, what was it saying? 2 Cents at the same thing. Oh, there we go. That name. And so it's tough because you miss out a player and you're keepers. When people say if they don't agree with the player, so for example, Farrell, 520 question marks, look, I get irritated. Um, and I just, if you want to chirp, don't comment, be respectful. But if they're rude, I'm starting to just kick them off. No time for it. That's why I never respond to comments in videos anymore. It's because, yes, it's demotivating. I need to respond to loyals and good ones and when I remember. Tuel is pronounced as in well. Okay, cool. I'm not going to try it. I'll probably get it wrong again. Heinrich, yeah. Pollard 10, Farrell 12, 15 Barrett, three great kickers. Exactly. I think you've got a good backup if one gets injured, and each player can replace one another. I mean, if Farrell gets injured, Pollard can go. If Pollard gets injured, Barrett can go. It's an interesting. It's just for me creates so much power in the team. So, oh shit, there's so many. Look at this. Dave says it, and he's so right. He says you could make five world 15 squads. Any team could win on a day. So true. Tuolangi. Okay, fair enough. 2 Cents with his attendance videos was a very big eye opener. Yeah, very, very smart research he's done there. That was very clever. One of them did very well. Which one was it? Was it Six Nations? Very interesting seeing that. Also, even the Rugby Championship. So, interesting stats. I think this is where, and I nearly did a video, and I might do it for Sunday, is how is rugby going to survive? In fact, this question goes out to all sport. How is sport going to survive, or how long can it go on with no crowd? We're so used to having the crowd, and not only is it good for us as fans, but the players, that sound gives them a lot of boost and motivation to go forward and do great things. I mean, it's going to be so odd watching, although it's not for us South Africans. I think we'll be used to watching rugby with no crowd, but for New Zealanders, I think it's going to be odd watching games with no crowd. But it's sport on TV. I'm not complaining. I'll welcome it with both arms. No crowd. They might just make the games pay per view. Fair enough. Yeah, that's a good point. They could actually do that pay per view. Then we have to. No, but we already pay for freaking DSTV. They can't do that on Supersport. But yeah, it's a good point. They probably will in the long run. I mean, they're saying 18 months is could take until we get a crowd in. So we've got a long way to go. Um, Basically, rugby stadiums need to be smaller in the Southern Hemisphere. Yeah, true. Very good point. Six Nations almost sells out every year. Yeah, Six Nations. But I mean, think of if there's so much history. It's like the All Blacks in South Africa. All the games here are sold out. When you've got a rivalry and intensity and a history like what these teams have in Six Nations, they're always going to get sold out. I mean, you always know. For example, let's go back in time. Well, a couple of years ago, when Scotland weren't as hot as they'd become, even with England versus Scotland, you've got the Calcutta Cup history. Although England would have won majority of the time, it's still historic. It's still an amazing moment for these teams. And the same goes for Wales, Ireland, France, even Italy. Um, there's a lot of potential. So, yeah, Six Nations is a great, great game. I really fell in love with it in 2018. Just watching how Ireland, actually 2017, I lie, but 2018 was when it really took this channel to another level. All my Irish friends joined, but jeez, it was awesome to watch. I mean, Ireland France, that drop goal Johnny Sexton did in those last minutes was the decider, and that set apart Ireland's tournament. If they had not got that drop goal, it would have been completely different. So it's so interesting. The Kings will be fine without a crowd. Really wish we have a future one day where we can see something P to be proud of. Dave, you got a good point, mate. Yeah, man. I'm disappointed. That's why I can't wait to get on radio next week because I want to find out what's going on with these Kings because there's so much drama, talk about the freaking finances and all that stuff, and we can't be back into that. There was so much hope, even though we're not the greatest. There was a sense of pride, especially last year with the Kings, and with them losing that, I think just pissed me off. Do you think, well, David, another one there, that looked like a good one. Do you think eventually the Springboks will play overseas? I don't think so anytime soon. Will it happen? Maybe one day. The only way it's going to happen is if the All Blacks go on their own with Australia and the Pacific Island teams. If Sanzo break up, that will happen. But Sanzo don't have any thought of kicking us out yet. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. What do you think of the Reds players? Yeah, I've got a video coming out on that tomorrow. I'm actually personally, I think it's shocking. Everyone else took player cuts except these three. What makes them so important? So sorry, bye bye. But stay tuned for that video tomorrow. Um, for example, Loftus needs to sell 30,000 seats to cover the day's bill. In a smaller stadium, a 12K ticket sale will cover it. Yeah, and make a profit. That's a very good point. But that's the thing. Why did we? Okay, Loftus. Pretoria did the smart thing, was building onto Loftus. So I know they've got expenses and all that stuff, but instead of building a whole new stadium in Pretoria, they built on the pride that they've got there. In Cape Town, destroying a legendary city stadium to fill the white elephant. That stadium's too big. It's not going to sell out. Only when the Springboks play. So I don't know. I've got a video coming out on that too tomorrow. But I agree with you, Andrew. The smaller stadiums would have been the better option, and that's why the Kings moved to the Nelson Mandela Bay University because it just provided more. It was a smaller stadium, more crowd, and the players could actually hear us, and they actually preferred it. So it's crazy. Still crying about Newlands. Yeah, don't you worry. We all are. But there is positive in it, and I'll share that in that video tomorrow. Um, Canvas Bed says more free to air games for rugby. In Australia, no one really knows the players because of their deal with Fox. League Rugby balance is right, Channel 9 and Fox. Fair enough. That's a very good point. And I think a TV deal has so much say in a sport. I mean, that's what they're saying about New Zealand with the way how that Sky deal is technically more than what SuperSport gives, which is actually quite scary when you think of it. Everyone says South Africa brings in the money, but no, it's actually New Zealand nowadays because of the economy getting so shot. But obviously, New Zealand's got more. I think the Mitre 10 Cup is in there, whereas Curry Cup is privately broadcasted, even though it's SuperSport. But there's a different television fees for that. But yeah, so yeah, I agree with you. More free games to air will introduce the sport more, and it will help the flow grow better. So I agree with you. Prem Super Rugby. I wasn't aware we had bigger stadiums. I thought they used the big stadiums as well. Oh, I'm with you. Yeah, well, we'll have to wait and see. The stadiums is definitely an interesting factor. I think that's what Two Cents' point was about this as well, is what we could do with the smaller grounds. I mean, why do we need so much space if it's not filling up, especially provincially? Like, what would make sense for the Kings is to go to the university because they're never going to fill it up unless they become the next Leinster, which is going to happen. Just that my favourite fixture is Wales versus England. Solid game. Solid game there. Nathan, I missed the Box versus Proteas cricket. Funny, Nathan, I watched that. When did I watch that? Last Sunday, they had the Proteas playing the Springboks highlights. That was awesome. You're drinking pineapple beer there, G-Man? Yes, sir. I am indeed. Um, can you read? Can you tell us probably the way it looks? You know, in South Africa, we can't freaking buy anything, so I have my sources to make. So I'm very grateful to those legends out there. The Kings have everything they need, just a good sponsor and a few good players that they can be competitive. Couldn't agree more with you, Dave. Couldn't agree more with you. But the problem is we're also losing. I mean, Bobby, I think, is gone. We lost another one. Send me some, please. I need the alcohol. Cheers. Bought pineapple juice today. I mean, pineapple beer free yesterday. We've been threatening to make it. Um, Rob wants me on it. Yeah. We've been threatening to make it, and we've got the stuff. We just don't have the pineapples. But you know, the week goes so fast, and we get distracted. And then, I mean, socks and or Dippy, I don't know, whatever the YouTube team knows him as. He's bought me the pineapple as well as the other one, Hunters, and then now pineapple through Yuri, which has been freaking also good. So I've been lekker stocked up with mates. Um, but interesting times though, we're forced to make our own. But I'm telling you, the next braai, when people are together, because the rule, I mean, there's rumor has that South African, our dear minister, is wanting to reduce. Geez, he's doing it again. What? I would like the sure, your feed of KFC. Cheers. Hey, anything. Yeah, cheap. That's another 20. Looks like my dangerous stuff. It is. It's good. It's pity it was such a quick visit, but I'm very chuffed with it. My dad and I both had the promotion relegation against the Lions slowed Kings down by 5, 10 years. I think you got a very good point. As everyone's talking in groups, I can't keep up. Um, yeah, I think that definitely did affect the Kings because the Kings weren't too bad. But also, what slowed them down was a guy called Cheeky and a guy called Luke. Um, enough said. But who knows? Maybe we could improve. I've got a lot of faith and love for this team. But yeah, G-Man, do pineapples grow in South Africa? Yeah, we've got lots of pineapple farms around here. I've been to one in Alex, up in the Eastern Cape. Yo, no, they grow in South Africa. The what's it called? The sales of pineapples apparently have skyrocketed. KFC's closed. What do you mean? Oh, because curfew's closed. 8 o'clock, we're not allowed out. But fair enough. Hey, you can save it. McDonald's, whatever. But thanks, ABC123. You're a legend, but always appreciate the support. Um, we were talking about pineapples. Yep. Oh, yeah, the sales have shot up. People are making good money. I'm getting to the point where I'll put brandy and lemon twist. I won't. I won't because that's a waste of clippies. I need to just get some coke. Yeah, I can't do lemon twist in that. Clippies needs to be with coke. So I haven't had that in a while. I miss that stuff. The thing is, England only plays home games at Twickenham. That means the club don't need big stadiums. That's a very, yeah, you see, that's so true. And you forget that because England always dedicates their one home game to Twickenham. But think of the profit it could make in England or for those little stadiums. But again, England's always sold out, so they will never bring it to a smaller stadium. But that's a very valid point where South Africa always try and get around the country. But I think they're going to be biased in the next few years. With Newlands gone, I think it's going to be Cape Town Stadium and Ellis Park, Cape Town Stadium, Ellis Park, because they're going to need to make money on the Cape Town Stadium to recover it all. So yeah, it looks like Team New Zealand will be winning the Super Rugby, Rugby Championship maybe. No, don't count out South Africa. How's it, Hooper? Welcome back. America's Cup again. Uh, I was expecting something surprising there. How's it, Kyle? Welcome, man. Um, CT Ellis Park suits me. Yeah, doesn't suit me. I want it in PE. We deserve more. We've got a freaking good crowd. England is very small, though. It's not far to travel to Twickenham for most people. That's the thing. I mean, my cousin often says he gets on a train and he's there, so he likes it too. Only France move out of the capital when they play Italy. Yeah, they kind of have to when they play Italy because no one wants to go watch that game. Sorry, that was harsh. Um, it's not like South Africa doesn't have small stadiums like we have small stadiums in East London. Fair enough. That's very small. We use it for varsity cup. Well, I mean, our Nelson Mandela University, that's also bloody small. Porter Chihuahua Stadium is not that big either. Porter Chihuahuas. Isn't that the one they're talking about? Should have been hosts for the next Rugby World Cup. Who's that, Liam? South Africa, definitely. Or Ireland, probably Ireland. But South Africa should have got it too. Canvas, Port Elizabeth always used to be a testing ground for overseas touring teams to see what they were made of. Yeah, the old EP boys, really, they were tough. Eastern Province in the old days were freaking big. But you're right. But those were the touring days. We don't get to it. If they freaking brought the tours back, more stadiums would have an opportunity to play and all that. Cheers, G man. Cheers, ABC. Is that a cheers as you're going, or are you just cheersing me? The thing is, Paris is not a rugby city. The main support is in the south. Fair enough. Yes, it is the one I'm talking about. I thought so. Just checking. South Africa is too big for the Springboks to play games at one stadium. The rest of the country will be too upset. Tell me about it. There will be a strike, massive strike, if you have to select one stadium. Because, I mean, Cape Town, all Springbok games really, even if it's a weak team, majority are 90% sold out. Pubs, pub are open for 10 people in Brisbane. One pub only allowed 10 people. Hectic. Please imagine 10 people. Hotspots could work then. Friends will get that joke. I want USA to host one. Oh, USA. Yeah, I'm for that, LB. I support that. USA hosted. More money, opportunity, investments. Let's do it. You get the USA hooked on rugby. Oof, money will grow. Then you're going to see IPL. Cricket can't even get 10K people in the stadium. Doubt building the stadiums cricket friendly would have helped. Yeah, I agree with you there. Yeah, cricket is again, unless it's Newlands. Newlands cricket is good. PE, we generally, the approaches of playing, we give a good support. I love our PE stadium, cricket stadium. That's my second home. That I love it there. And you get what? And you can get players much needed international spirits. There we go. The midweek games, SA Tours, just the SA Leinster. Look, I agree with you, Heinrich. Guess who's taking off that week? Don't even talk about that. SA should have hosted 2023. Second you, Dave. Second you there, mate. We should have got it. USA should host. Don't even talk about the. I think USA could do it, but SA should have hosted it 2023. I agree. France, that's good talk with Mr. Beaumont. Uh, Try and use Test cricket here in Newlands. It was sold out months before. Yeah, I nearly did it 4 years ago. I nearly came. Well, I was in Cape Town, and they were playing the Aussies. I think it was Aussie or England, and I would have been there, but I just had to see family. But that's on my bucket list. SA Australia or SA England Newlands. Thank you very much. I will take that ticket. Now try New Year's test. Fred, sorry. The NRL starts on the 28th of May in Australia. Yeah, I've heard a lot about the NRL. Maybe I should follow into that. See, get some support, get some support from subscribers there. What happened last time? SA toured Ireland. Must be Peter View. Wasn't what happened last time? SA toured. Oh, wait, when was that? SA toured when we. Oh, you're talking about a tour. I'm thinking of last time we played Ireland. That was under Alistair Coetzee when we got clocked. Um, USA can be decent in rugby, feel like Japan. Rugby has a new life because of Japan. I agree. I agree. USA could be even better for rugby. Full, full on with you there. I think if South Africa won another Rugby World Cup,